Welcome back. We're getting your legal questions answered, and here with us is Marion with the Minton and Marion Law Firm. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Got some good questions today. Our first one is, I don't have custody of my daughter, her father does. My question is, does he have the right to keep her from me? If I have someone living with me, I know that person isn't a child molester, and he still doesn't want to permit it.
Well, the first thing you got to do is go back and look at what the divorce decree or the custody order says. Generally, one parent doesn't have the right to decide when the other parent does or doesn't see the child. Usually a standard visitation, first, third, fifth weekend, something like that. There may be some kind of a morality clause in there so that if you have an overnight guest, that there may be something that says you're not supposed to do that, but that would be a contempt action. So if he's not letting you see your child and you're supposed to get to see the child, you need to contact an attorney because you may have a contempt action to file against him.
Okay. And our second question, I was driving outside of the city limits and the city police officer stopped me and wrote me a ticket for speeding. Can he do that?
Short answer is yes. Now everybody wants to know how. Well, Texas police officers are obviously a police officer anywhere in the state of Texas. Generally, they only enforce disturbances, disturbing the peace, felonies, things like that outside of their typical jurisdiction. But there is a provision within the transportation code that allows a police officer, as long as he's within the county in which his city is incorporated in, then they have the right to write tickets outside of that. So an interesting twist that I used to get when I was at the district attorney's office in Orange was Port Arthur police officers could actually write tickets in Orange County because part of the city of Port Arthur is in Orange County.
Okay, so don't speed past a police officer just because you think you're outside city limits, basically. All right, well, don't speed at all, right?
Right. Be safe.
Be safe. Okay, our third and last question. My son told me the principal searched his school bag, his car, and made him empty his pockets. Nothing was found. Can the principal search my child without my permission and without a warrant?
Absolutely they can. There was a case that went to the U.S. Supreme Court many years ago. It's called TLO v. New Jersey, and it said that principals or school administrators have the right to search children or individuals on school property based on reasonable suspicion. So if they get a tip, somebody says, hey, so-and-so has some kind of drugs or whatever, they have the right to go check that out. Now, obviously, they're very invasive searches and stuff would not be appropriate, but certainly the locker, the car, the backpack, things like that, emptying the pockets, those are certainly within that scope.
All right, some good questions and some good answers, and we answer your questions every Wednesday. You can submit your questions through our website, fox4beaumont.com, also through our Facebook page, and we will have someone here to get you your questions answered every Wednesday.